What's up people, welcome back. Today I'm gonna show you how to configure replication. You may ask, what is replication? So replication is a process of copying data from one server to another server, so that in case something happened to our main server, we can actually get those data from our secondary source. Also, wanna do some reporting or some other job and wanna not to pressure our main server, we can also configure the replication in that purposes as well. In Microsoft term, the replication, how they define replication is a process, is a set of technologies for copying and distributing data and databases object from one database to another, then synchronizing. So you may get confused first time if you hearing those word replication, synchronizing, blah blah blah, but let me make it clear. So let me show you in a diagram. Before that, let me see one more thing. So there are four type of replication. We have snapshot replication, transaction replication, merge replication, and also peer-to-peer replication. In this video, I'm just gonna cover the snapshot replication, but we will have upcoming video for all of the other replication type. Stay tuned for those as well. So anyway, without further delay, let me go and explain what is replication in a diagram. So I'm gonna open this one. So I have the diagram over here. So assume this is our main server. So I call it S1. Okay. So this is our S1, and we have a database called MasterDB. So this is our database and its server. So let's say something happened to our database. This one, let's say this one does not exist. That's right side one. We have only this one. In case something happened, any disaster or anything in server room or our data center, we can lose all our data. But if we have replicated our this database to somewhere else, in that way we might not lose a lot of data. So this is the purpose. And also we use replication for reporting purposes and many other purposes. So what it does, so let's say S1 is our main server and S2 our warehouse server, production server, and our target server. So master database, we have one just single database called MasterDB, and we gonna replicate the MasterDB to our S2. So we have the same database in same two server. You get the idea. This is you can configure it in SQL Server. This is called replication. As simple as that. I will show you how easy to configure the replication. You need a few things to make sure before we run the replication. So we must need to, first of all, we need our, let me make it bigger, what we need in order to run the replication. So first we need the replication features enabled in our server. So let me show you where it is. If you install it first time, the SQL Server, if you go to the wherever you install, you will see the server install. Maybe in our case, we install SQL Server 2022. Go there, and if you the version, I don't know what version you're using. I'm using the developer edition. Go there, and you will see the setup executable. That if you run as administrator, run it. If you go to installation, SQL Server installation, and then first option, go there, and you will see the features over here. Let me zoom it here. So feature selection, go to next. It's taking a little time. Go so over here, installation type. On here, if we want to install the new server again, you pick the first one. In our case, we just want to make sure if we have the replication set up. So click on the add feature. If you see over here, you will see a lot of other server. In our case, we were concerned about our two server, production server and warehouse. So these are the two server we're gonna use to replicate our data. So this is main server and this is our target server. Okay, click over here, go next. I'm not worrying about this one. Next, and you will see the feature selection wizard. Over here, you must have the SQL Server application enabled. You will have a check mark on it. Make sure you have it. um, if you don't have it, just click it and go next, next, next. This is what you have to do if you don't have the replication set up. Let me explain you. If you don't have replication, let me go to this SSMS real quick. Go there, connect to databases. Also connect to the production server. See, our production server have the replication folder. If you don't have replication, you won't be able to actually configure the anything over here. So this folder will not be active or will not be enabled if you don't configure the replication over here. So please enable this so that you can work. One thing, that replication feature needs to be enabled. Anyway, so this is we enabled it. So enabled it, and after that, so replication is let me see the text. Okay, so replication is enabled, so this is good. And we have to have the SQL Server agent running. So SQL Server agent. So SQL Server agent must be running on both server S1 and S2. In our case, S1 is our production and S2 is the warehouse server. So both server must need to run this SQL Server agent. So let me show you where the agent is. If you come here, you see the SQL Server agent. You see the play button over here, play sign over here. That means the agent is running. Also, if you click on the right button, and you see this start start button is grayed out, that means it is running. Let me see in the both sides. So let me connect the warehouse as well. Warehouse also have the agent is running. Also, you can make sure over here. If it is not running, you can go there and start it over here. Also, you can go to the SQL Server configuration manager. Go to the configuration manager, run as administrator, and you will see your the agent. So in our case, production agent, a SQL Server agent for production server is running. You must run in your production, in your work environment, live work environment. You must see that it is always running. Never ever try to stop it here or anything. Keep it that way they are. If they are not running, just run it. Also, let me see the warehouse server. So warehouse server is also running. So we are good on both sides. So our agent is also set up. Replication feature is also set up. And we need to have the account which will have the permission to read and write from this server. So maybe we'll create a Windows account. Maybe we're gonna name something, and then Windows local account, and then local account will have permission to do the SQL Server replication configuration. So I will create an account, create an Windows, create a Windows a Windows account. I'm gonna call sys user. For simplicity, I'm gonna call sys user, and gonna give password like 123. I'll delete this user anyway. This is the user we're gonna create to configure the application in Windows server, Windows machine. So these are the things you must make sure that we have configured. Also, we authentication mode have, if you set proper authentication mode, you can also configure the SQL login. So go to the SQL Server, MS SQL Server PC production, go to the properties. If you go there, security, you'll see the SQL Server and Windows authentication. Tick mark this one if you're not. Remember, if you change from here to here, you need to restart the entire server. If you restart the entire server, there might be an issue if a lot of jobs are running. All jobs will stop. If you have a link server connection will stop. So make sure you change it with proper implementation and proper cautious, because this could break a lot of things. So If your if your work environment has just Windows authentication, just don't play with this one. But if it is already set up, you're good to go. If you don't have this setup, you cannot create, you cannot log into SQL login. If you even create a SQL login, you wouldn't be able to log in, because if Windows authentication is selected. So you must have SQL Server and Windows authentication mode, which is called mixed mode, is enabled in the server. So in our case, we have set up in the both server, so we all good. Anyway, so this is done. So SQL and Windows auth is selected. So these are the thing we have. We need to first make sure before we even proceed to do the configuration. So we have this one done. I'm gonna create a Windows account and name it sysuser, and then give a proper permission to the folder that needed to be give read and write permission. So just watch it. You will it's gonna get easier. So the process is that we are replicating these databases from here to here. In our case, we don't have master DB. We have something called product. This product database we have in the main server. We're gonna replicate from here to here with the snapshot replication. And what is snapshot replication does, it takes a snapshot of this data in a point in time, a specific time. At that time, those data got replicated to the secondary server, which is S2, in our case warehouse. From a production server to warehouse, and it takes a snapshot and send it over. It does not send real-time data in every single second. You can schedule it to send it every single second or every single minute, but snapshot replication uses just mostly used for non-critical databases. Maybe you need a report after 1 week. That time you take every week snapshot and send it back to the user's destination server. Our destination server in replication we call subscriber. Our primary server we call publisher. That's the concept. So send it data, and I take the data. Let's say I take the snapshot replication. I take this the initialize it today. Maybe what time is it? 12 or 10 p.m. and it will go to that databases at this time. And after any transaction is changes, nothing is going there. If you take another one, it goes. If you take another one, it goes, and so on. So that's the idea. It doesn't work real time. We have other replication type that works in real time. I will show in our next upcoming video. But snapshot replication does not work like this. Snapshot replication, you can schedule it every minute and you send it every minute. You can every 10 minutes. You can every 7 days, every 10 days, stuff like this. Just get the idea. It's not like real-time data transfer between the server. Anyway, so let me create the sys user account. I will copy the name over from here, sys user. Let me go to the Windows. I'm gonna create a Windows account here. So create user. No, I'm gonna go to setting. From setting, go to the account. From account, go to the family and others, and then add someone else to this PC. Click here, and I do not have person sign in information. Click on it. Click on add user without a Microsoft account. I'm gonna give a sys user, and I'm gonna give a password 123. 123. What's your pet name? I'll just say 123. What's your Stu? 123. What's the nickname? I'm just giving random stuff. Do not worry about this one. Just doing this for simplicity. So these are the thing. So our password is 123. Then that's how we're gonna log into the replication. So click on next. So this user has been created. After creating the account, go to the folder where you install the server. We install over here. Let me go there. If you go to the Windows, if you go to C drive, if you install in your the SQL Server in C drive, you will go there and you'll find the appropriate folder. I installed SQL Server 2020-22. If you install 2020 or 19, you go to 19. Wherever you install the SQL Server, you will gonna find this folder. In my case, I install in the C drive. So go to the C drive. Go to the version you install. I install the developer edition, and from there, if you go to the let me see if it is resources. Not here. It is actually. Let me see where is it, where I can find it. So it should be. Okay, let me go to the server itself. Application folder, and if I go, give me a second, I'm gonna find the folder. I think run. So this is the folder. Path is, let me see, SQL Server. I'm gonna copy this folder and go there real quick. So program file. So you go C drive, you go to SQL Server, Microsoft SQL Server, go there, and you will see your appropriate folder. Let me make it bigger so you can see. You're gonna see your server over here listed. So in my case, I have it over here. So our main server is this one, production server. Click on it. Click on MS SQL. Go. Do you see these two folder, log and data, on the production server, which is our this one? You must have you must give read and write permission for the user that we created, which we're gonna use for replication. So REPL and data, actually these two folder must have the permission, read and write permission. So go there, click on the right button, go to the properties, go to the security, and edit, then add, find the user you created. So advanced, find. Now we should have the user over here. It calls this user, this one we created. Remember that. Click OK. Okay. Now full control, or you can just read and write. Just these two we need actually. You don't have to give full control, but for our simplicity, we're just giving full control. Apply. Okay. Okay. This one is done. Also, do the same thing for data folder. Security, advanced, continue, add, select principal, advanced, find now, and this user. Okay, advanced. Okay, excuse me, and then press OK. Full control. Read write permission. That's all we need, but I'm just giving the full control for now. Apply. Okay. This is done in this one side. Also go to the warehouse side, do the same thing. REPL data, properties, security, advanced, continue, add, and find the user, Windows user that you created. This user. Okay. Full control, apply. Okay, this one is done. Also do the same thing for this one as well. Security, advanced, continue, In that way, this user have permission to actually read and write modification, because replication does need those feature, those controls in order to run any user under it. Okay, full control. Okay, we all set. So these are the thing we must do before we configure the replication. So this is done, this is done, this thing is done, this one is done, user is done, proper permission has been created. Also we have the SQL server and Windows authentication already set up if you want to configure with the SQL login. So these are the things done. Go to the SQL server SSMS. Now we're gonna configure the replication. So these are the thing you configure, so you shouldn't give any security or any issue while configuring the replication. So we're gonna do one thing. We're gonna replicate this product database to our warehouse server. So go to the replication. So one more thing I want to cover. In order to configure replication, we must configure the replication, the distributor databases. So if first time you come here, if you wanna configure replication, you also see configure distribution a button here. Let me go to this server. I can show you. See configure distribution. You will have the same button over here as well. So you have to go next, and then select your distributor. Distributor could be in another server, which can be middleman to transferring the data between our main server to our target server. Our source server to our target server. Distributor work as a middleman to push and pull the data. You can Google it how distributor work, but this is the simplest way I can explain. Okay, I can actually give you the a diagram to understand. So we will have another server, or you can have the distributor over here as well, work as the middleman. So let's say distributor is this one. If we send the data to here, right, it send the data this server. So it worked. The distribution server works as a middleman. Distribution server can be separated. Also distribution can be under these databases as well. Can be work. So in our case, our main server, which is our production server, is going to work as a distributor. So when you configure distribution, you will have another databases under the system database called distribution. This will not be here in first when you install the server, but you will see as long as after you configure the distribution server. Anyway, this is done. If you don't know how, let me show you real quick. If you come here, configure distribution, we not configuring distribution in this side, that's why I'm not gonna finish it, but I'll show you the step. You click here, and then you choose this option, and you go next. You give the name. You can give anything. You put a appropriate folder. Usually people keep the default folder. Next, and then you go next. Over here you need to pick which your publisher, here in the production, and then you go to next and blah blah blah. This is how you finish it. You should finish it in your production side, because in our tutorial we are targeting our production server as our distribution server as well. So this is working all in one. Anyway, I think you got the idea, so how it working. So now let me configure the replication. So go to the replication folder, go to the local publication, click on the right button and click on the new publication, click on the next. Now the databases we want to replicate is products database. If you go expand the databases, you will see the product. Okay. Anyway, let me go there. So this is product database. Click next. Now there are several other replication type we have. We mainly focusing today on the snapshot application. Snapshot, as I said, the publisher sends a snapshot of published data to subscriber at a scheduled interval. So any specific time that the snapshot you take, it send it to this and the subscriber. Subscriber is our secondary server where the data will be replicated. We call in application word, we call it publisher and subscriber. Publisher is our main server, subscriber is the server that we're gonna get this data. And we have the publication, which is the database, and we have the article, which is the table. So we have the separate different name for convention for replication purpose. So click on the next. Pick the desired one. In our case, we are selecting the snapshot application. Click next, and the table. So if you see, we have two table here, data and iPhone. If you go there, click on the table. I want to see what we have over here. So let me write some queries. Select select from data. Let me see what we have. So we have two data over here. Let me see also what we have in the iPhone. Select everything from iPhone. Let me see what we also have here. So we have this data on these two separate data table, which we do not have in the warehouse server. Anyway, so let's configure it. So these are the two table we want to take. So if you want to take all of them, you click on this one. But if you want to just select random, the one you want to copy, replicate to secondary server, you just click one. In our case, we're gonna replicate all of them, so we can click this one and then go to next. And now there's two options we have over here. Create a snapshot immediately and keep the snapshot available to initialize subscription, and schedule the snapshot agent to run the following item. We're not scheduling any snapshot right now. We are focusing on the first one, create the snapshot immediately, and click on the next. You pick this one if you wanna schedule it like every minute, and it will run every minute. So, but our case will manually run the snapshot jobs and then see if the data is getting replicated or not. Anyway, click on next. Snapshot agent security. Over here, go to security. Give the name. In our case, give the Windows name. So the account we created was sys user. If I go there, the folder. Let me show you the. If we want there, not here. SQL server, this one, MS SQL server over here, excuse me. So if we last time, let me see the username. I wanna get the entire username. Security was a sys user, right? Find user, sys user, I think. Wait, you need the entire name. You see, MS SQL PC / sys user. You need the entire name. So copy the entire name. Close it. Provide it here. Sys, again, not paste it here. So let me see. What was the name again? Security. Okay, so I know. So just type MS SQL PC / sys user. I think S, the S is capital, sys user. Let me see on the. So it was sys user. Yeah, we are right. So sys user. And then give the password 123 123. So MS SQL PC, let me see, MS SQL PC. So you must have the appropriate name. If you misspell anything over here, it will give you the issue. So good, the password 123 123. So MS SQL PC and sys user. Okay, this is our name. Click OK. Next. Create the publication. Click on the next, and you have to give the publication name. In our case, we're gonna say product underscore pub. This is gonna be our publication name. Okay, guys. Copy it. So if we can reference it later, finish it. Looks like we did not get any issue, so which is good. So the publication has been created. If I go there, properties, security agent, let me see the account. Okay, everything looks good. All good here. Article is all right. So we create the publication. Now we need to also create the subscription. As you can see in the subscriber side, we haven't got any database yet. If I refresh it, we don't see anything here yet. Even if we refresh it from the server side, nothing is there. So let me create the subscriber now. So click on the come to the production server, main server, our publisher. Click on the product underscore pub publication. Click on the new subscription, or you can go to the local subscription and also do the same thing, but this is very easy, and it doesn't take that long to configure it in that way. You can do on this local publication, but then you have to select which publication you're selecting, and if you have 1,000 of them, then it's an issue. But easiest way to just come to a local publication, this one, and click right button, go to new subscription, and you will see next, and it will automatically select the one desired one that you are targeting. So product underscore pub, click on next. Now there's two options: push subscription, pull subscription. When we have the push subscription, data is sent from the distributor. We configure distributor in our production side, so distributor will handle the issue. So distributor will push it to the subscriber. If you choose the second one, it will actually pull it from the distributor. So let's pick the first one. Go to next, and then now we have to add the subscriber. So click on the add subscriber. In our case, our warehouse is the subscriber, so add the SQL Server subscriber, and then choose the warehouse. Click connect, and then you have to give a database. In our case, we don't have any database initialized here, so we have to create the new one. So click on the new database, and then give a name. So products. So we're gonna give the same name as our production database. So products as our database. Click on OK. As you can see, the product database has been created over here. Now click on next. Now do the same thing. Give a name for which will MS SQL PC / user sys user, and then put the password 123 123. Click on OK. Next. Now it will create the subscription. Next. Finish it. I hope it doesn't give any issue because we configured everything properly. Looks like it didn't give any issue. So this database is replicated here. We don't have any table or anything here. We need to actually run the publication. But first we have to check if things are initialized properly. Looks like the agent is running. Before that, I want to see the see one more thing. View this agent is also synchronizing. Also, let me see the launch monitor. That's where you can see if it is configured properly. Click here. Looks like no issue, nothing. Everything is working as expected. Now view snapshot agent. A snapshot agent is running. Okay, so let me do one thing. Reinitialize view snapshot agent. Now let me see, table is not there yet, so go to the SQL server agent. If you're gonna go there, you're gonna see few job we have the product pub, and then we have the subscriber side job. Let me see if we have it over here or not. No, they're not here. So run this one, start job as step. Let me see if we get any error. Okay, looks like we have an error here. Let me see what the issue is. See the history log. Let me view the history and see what's the issue we having here. It will tell you what's the issue we have here. So string or binary truncated, execution fail, service agent product. So give me a second, I will get back to you. Let me just monitor the error, and then after I figure out what's going on, I'll get back to the session. I'm assuming there should be some internal setting that we missed that we need to configure. But yeah, let me just troubleshoot it and I'll get back to you. So one thing I'm thinking of, we did not create the login here on both sides. First, we need to create a login on production and the warehouse side. So to create the login, go to the login, new login, and then as we create a Windows account, search the Windows account, browse it, find it. Our user is this user. Click OK. We need to give a sysadmin permission for both of them. Also this one. Create the login. We missed that step. My apology from my end. Server rules. Get the user first. Advanced. Find the user. Sometime little thing we miss is a big thing. Make sure you don't miss creating the user. You must have already user in your system side, but if you don't have, just create one. So this we have the CC user. Now it should be working fine. So go to the replication again, reinitialize it, mark reinitialization, view status. It is actually working, I think. Let me wait for it. Also I will do one thing, view status. Let me see what's going on. launch replication monitor. Looks like the status is okay. Subscription running. Expand it. It is running. Agent is running fine. That's why you monitor the replication if it's working. If you go there, let me see. Go to the job. Run the job. Let me see if we get any error. I hope it does not give an error because we solved the issue. It was having no login in the SQL side. Okay, this worked perfectly fine. Now if you run this one, start job step, I hope it does not give an issue. Yeah, it gave an issue. Let me see what the issue. So the production, let me see. Properties should change to the our sys user. Okay, let me run it right now. Start job step, start. Product. Okay, I'm gonna go to the history and to figure out what's going on. Okay, I don't think it's an issue. Let me refresh it. Okay, so there was an issue. Let me close the SSMS and get back to it. Sometime it's just the SSMS gives an issue. So close this one, get back to SSMS. So after creating login and giving appropriate permission, we shouldn't receive any error. If SSMS keep giving you a issue, close the SSMS and get back to it. Connect it. Connect to the publisher. Now go to databases. Our database product has 2 tables. If we go to our warehouse side, we should see 2 tables. So go there, table, we say we have 2 tables. Let me run this. Select. Okay, we have those data. See, it's working perfectly as expected. So the issue was we did not have the login in the SQL side. So the create Windows account, Windows account as sysadmin. So this part we Windows login we forgot. Make sure we have this one as well. So have the login as sysadmin in both side. Shouldn't have an issue. So these are the part. Make sure if you have it, you shouldn't receive an error. So we have the database on both side. If I run this one, see, same thing. We have this table over here. If you run from this end, we will see the same thing being shown over. Let me insert one more data to show you one thing. So if I insert into, or I can use the graphical user interface. Let me go to the iPhone, edit top 200 rows, and I'll say iPhone 6s. Right, I'll close this. If I run it, select top, you see we have the iPhone 5, 6s, all those the data over here, right? If I go here, select it, you're not gonna see here we have 1 2 3 data, but over here we have the 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 data, right? So one data is missing, which is iPhone 6s, right? Now if we come here, the SQL Server agent, come to the job, run this one, start job step, run it. Don't give an issue. Anyway, let me come here and see if we have the data. See, data is here. Even though it wasn't giving some error, but we have the 6s over here also. So you have to take the snapshot. Let me put one more here, one more data. I want to insert over here. Edit top 200 rows. iPhone 7 Plus, maybe 7 Plus. Let me make sure if we have it. Select on. Yes, we have those data. Now if I run this session, select top 100 rows, you're not gonna see the iPhone the 7 Plus, right? But if I come here, run the start Java step, start it. Now if you run it, you should see the iPhone 7 Plus. So that's how the snapshot application works. It keeps sending the data from one server to another. Once you take the snapshot, you have to take the snapshot in order to actually send from one server to another server. We have other replication type which actually can do automatic transfer of the data. You don't have to manually come to the agent and run it. You can automatically done it by run it as which will just send those data exactly as appear at a specific time to like every single second, so that you don't miss any data. So whatever you see in the primary server, you should be able to see in the secondary server. These I will cover in the second our upcoming video, but this is our snapshot application. Those are the error usually I think I cover all the error usually people face because of those things they miss, and nobody actually share those things, because sometimes people say, hey, I cannot configure what's going on. These are the things you must make sure that you have on your machine. Everything have proper permission to the login. If you create the login, you see the login we created, which is this user in the Windows side as well as the SQL server side. You must have those appropriate permission. Go to the the server rules and then see if you have sysadmin permission. Also from the both side, make sure you have the replication features enabled. Make sure server agent is running. If you have all those configured properly, you will not have any issue. You should be able to see the data is being replicated from one server to another server. Anyway, I think you guys get the idea of how it works. If you have any more question, leave a comment. I will get back to you. Other than that, I think we're all set. And yes, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.